This guy has an insane ability. He can bring his equipment to life and make them battle each other, just by watching. He gains experience and levels up without having to fight a single monster himself. But here's where it gets even crazier. The Emperor brought James to the royal treasury and told him to pick whatever he wanted to test to see what kind of eye James had for treasure. Surprisingly, James walked right past all the big ticket items and headed straight for the smallest box in the room. The moment he opened it, flames erupted and engulfed him completely. Turns out it was a fire attribute ring that, like his magic sword, had its own consciousness. The ring refused to submit and tried to burn James to ash, but James had an S-level water attribute talent, and with just one move, he forced it back into its original form. The Emperor was stunned. That ring had been sitting there for decades because nobody could tame it, yet James had conquered it in seconds. To figure out exactly how powerful the ring was, James summoned both the rings and the sword's consciousness and had them fight each other while he watched from the sidelines. As expected, the ring was strong, but the sword still had the edge. Watching the battle taught James a ton. Both pieces of equipment retained their previous owner's combat techniques, which he could now learn to boost his own abilities. Then came the unexpected bonus. James noticed his level, which had been stuck for 12 years, finally jumped to level 2. Equipment duels actually gave him experience points. He ran a few more tests and discovered something else. The equipment could learn from fighting and grow stronger too. As the ring powered up, James's fire attribute upgraded from C level to B level, and he hit level 3. The maid standing nearby was floored. Leveling up without actually fighting? That was unheard of in the entire kingdom. Then the fourth prince showed up with news. Apparently, every prince had to undertake a trial in a monster den once they came of age. It was a hunting ground managed by the Ministry of War. For safety reasons, there was a special box on the table that would calculate how many attendants you'd need based on your abilities. When James opened it, the result came back as the number 1, meaning he could handle the challenge solo. The fourth prince was shocked. Nobody in the entire royal family had ever gotten that result. When the emperor heard, he was thrilled and immediately sent someone with a decree. The trial would be postponed so he could announce this nationwide and turn it into a grand event. James knew this all came down to his equipment, so he decided to hunt for more items like them. But that wasn't going to be easy. It would take time to track them down. He gave a merchant a hefty deposit on the spot to help with the search. On the way back, though, he ran into someone bullying people in the marketplace. James stepped in to stop it, but the guy recognized him and stayed cocky as hell, showing zero respect even though James was a prince. Turned out the man worked for the first prince and held a position in the imperial household department, according to imperial law. Except for treason, officials in that department couldn't be prosecuted for anything. Seeing the guy's arrogance, James just sighed. He didn't need the law to punish him, according to household rules. As a retainer, the man should have knelt before a prince like James. The guy froze, but it was too late for apologies now. James quickly ordered his arrest and publicly announced the charge, showing great disrespect to the 13th prince. The nearby merchants, who'd suffered under the sky for ages, gathered around to watch the show, but the idiot kept digging his own grave, threatening that once this was over, they'd all regret it. That sealed it for James. He ordered the man whipped to death. Now the guy panicked, begging for forgiveness, but James